Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. So today I'm going to talk about why health is important, why it's such a big issue, why there are many stakeholders and many people who are interested in health, and why the government or the people in power and big companies, big business, big pharma, why they would want to control your health as well. So stay tuned until the end. I will give you quite a lot of facts, quite a lot of interesting ideas and things to keep in mind and to think about. So as always, I'm your friendly public health specialist JJ, and I will be trying to help you today to try and get you to think of something different, try to get out of the usual box thinking, think outside of the box, think of different permutations that are out there. So health is important because it helps you to live longer, to be more productive, to work efficiently, effectively, quickly. You can perform better, you have mental acuity, you have physical health, and you can do physical things. So why would that be important, and why is it important for the people and the big business? So if we think about it, the biggest businesses that are out there, you have the pharmaceutical industries, which are huge. You have the automobile industry, and you have farming, specifically animal agriculture. So those are three huge economies. Then you also have the construction industry, which is big as well. And then you also look at the food production companies. So all these are tied in together with your personal health. So first, I will talk about if you are walking or cycling or taking public transport. You do not own a car, so you are not putting your money into the automobile industry. You are not putting your money into the insurance industry. You are not putting your money into the manufacturing industry. You are not supporting the road infrastructure. You are not supporting the bridges. You are not supporting connecting everything if you are not purchasing a vehicle. You are in a way when you are taking public transport, but if you are walking or cycling, you are taking all of those out of the equation. So if you are driving less, you are moving more. So that means you are healthier, your body is working better, you are feeling better, you are more healthy. So you have less dentist visits, you have more need of the allied health specialists, you have less doctor's visits as well because you are not so sick, and you are purchasing less overall. You might, for example, buy shoes or clothes or umbrellas or things like those, or carts or bicycles, but they are much less expensive than a vehicle. So things that go with a vehicle, you have insurance, you have driver's license, you have testing, you have all the parts that are in the car, you have the washing, the cleaning, the gas, gasoline. So all of these things that go with it, the oil, the fumes, the rubber for the tires, the metal, the iron for the body construction. So all of these things, the GPS, the electronic parts, all of these things are taken out of the economy. So economists and politicians will say that healthy people are bad for the economy because you are not spending as much, you are not paying as much tax, because you are also, the government gets tax from gasoline, they get tax from sin taxes, from alcohol, from smoking, from cigarettes, from, now there's in many places a sugar tax, there's a tax on food, which things are sometimes not taxed in many countries. Fresh fruit and vegetables. If you're buying fresh fruit and vegetables, you're paying less tax. So the healthier you live, the less tax you are paying. The less money the government gets, the less money the big companies get. So if you are healthier, the pharmaceutical companies are worried because they are not selling all their medications. The fast food industry not selling to you if you are eating healthier, if you are eating whole food, plant-based, Then all the food manufacturing companies, they are also not making money because you're not buying the boxes and the cans and the factory foods. So there are all these different industries that are not getting their money or their due because you are not spending the money on those products. You are choosing to do it fresh. Then if you even go a step further and you start harvesting your own rainwater, you gather your own electricity from solar and hydro power, from running water from solar, from the wind. If you start getting your own water, your own electricity, that's even less that you're dependent on the government, and you are spending less money on them. And if you grow your own food and your own herbal plants and you have your own garden, then you are taking some things away there too. So the more that you are going out of the system, so per se, the less money you are going to be spending on companies and the less tax you are going to pay. So then that is not so good for the government. So they generally would not like that. They won't say it, but that is a part of it. So the more you exercise, the more you spend time outdoors, the more healthy food you eat, the more happy you are. The less pharmaceuticals you are going to use, the less you are going to purchase and spend, the less medical professionals you are going to use. So all of these have a knock-on effect on the economy at large. So if you think about it, if there is a community that grow their own food, that have solar power, that gather their rainwater, and they have their own drinking water, and they're sharing food with each other, you don't really need to go anywhere else. You don't need to travel very far. You don't need all of the things that the government provides. So that is dangerous for them, because then you are disconnected. You are making your own choices. You're growing your own food. You are polluting less. You are harming the earth less, but you are not, can I say, controlled, and you are not connected to the tax system. So you pay less tax, you work less, but you're also more efficient and more effective at what you do. There's less obesity, there's less disease, which is bad for the economy because you are not adding to or creating jobs. Sick people create jobs. It drives the economy. The more sick people there are, the more medical professionals are needed, the more pharmaceuticals are needed, the more cars are needed to move them around, hospitals, ambulances, more infrastructure needed, more buildings, more things are needed for sick people. So there are many things that are impacted by being healthy. So it impacts not just your own life, your family, and it has a broader impact. So what I wanted to highlight here is just be careful of what you do, how you do it. Look at the permutations and the things that are linked to it. What happens when you get healthier? What happens when you are disconnecting from certain systems that are in place? So a circular economy, where everyone shares things, where there's you make your own electricity and you get rainwater, it's a more circular, healthy economy, is not good for the world economy that's out there at the moment. Capitalism thrives on stress and hard work, lots and lots of work, adding different jobs, and sick people. It works and drives that as well. So if you go whole food, plant-based, you are focusing less on agriculture. There are just a few companies, I think 3 or 4 companies, that control all of the seeds. So if you're going to get GMOs, you are supporting them. If you go the heirloom, perennial, non-GMO seed route, you are disconnecting from that system, so then they might suffer. So if you think about all of these things, then you get a bigger picture, and you see a bigger picture, and you can see why health is not always supported. with disease, having a healthy lifestyle will eliminate disease. If you are eating lots of fruits and vegetables, seeds, nuts, drinking water, having your herbal teas, having your spices, your microgreens, your sprouts, if you are getting enough fresh water, sunlight, fresh air, no pollution, if you're getting exercise, rest, all of these things will be beneficial to your health, and you will be healthier and you will be happier, and you will need all of these other companies or systems much less. You will not need the medical system that much. So when you are looking at your own life and what you are doing, just be aware of what you are supporting, who you are supporting, what is the impact of what you are doing. For example, diamonds. There's a problem in Africa where they have child labor and the conditions are horrendous. It's the same with mining the metals, copper and other precious metals used in lots of technology. The pollution and the risk to human life that goes with these things are not always explained or exposed, and we need to start thinking about this, because we are directly affecting other people's lives without realizing or without thinking about it. So that is, I feel, important for us to do, so that we can be better citizens of this world, and we can show God's empathy to those around us, and we can be more empathetic beings and emotional beings, that we can know what our impact is, and we know how we can help and what we can do for those around us. So that's part of why I started this channel, so people can take their health into their own hands, and you can have the tools and you can see what can help your health, what things you can have around you to improve your health, what you can use. If you already have deteriorated health, what can help with that? So I hope that has been helping. I hope your eyes have been opened a little bit, that you can think a little bit about all of these things, how things work, what happens, what you are focused on, and what you are doing in your life has an effect on those around us. So just think about it, keep it in mind. As always, stay healthy, and to God be the glory.